Hey lovers, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here we celebrate sacred divine unions, a sacred love that begins within oneself. Until that masculine and that feminine energy have worked it out inside of you, you ain't gonna be able to work it out with nobody else outside of you. And that's regardless of your gender or your sexual preference. Until that balance is within, you will not see it without. So over here I read by the chakras from the crown down to the root. I know there are more chakras, but we try to keep it mainstream. I give you pop references and stuff that everybody can kind of, reference when I'm talking about things and making examples. I just want the most people to be able to get the most understanding out of this, that it all starts with self-love and authenticity. Authenticity is a higher vibration than love. Because until you can be real with yourself and look yourself in that mirror, you really don't have self-love. And if you don't have self-love, you can't have it outside of yourself either. So let's get started. Vanity, the song with Ed Sheeran and I forgot the other guy's name. Drop top designer clothes, the front doors of fashion shows. What you do and who you know. You know, the people asking you, what do you do? All in your business. It's like not like checking in like in the hood or something like that. It's like the complete opposite. What do you do? What are you into? So that they can know up front if you are an opportunity. I'm getting like opportunist energy right here. And the blue energy is the throat chakra. So watch what you tell people about yourself, or watch if you getting into a new situation with somebody and you know that whole question asking phase of, well, what do you like? What are you into? And you find the person, you tell them what you like to do. Oh yeah, me too, me too. Or what kind of man do you like? Oh, okay. Well, I do that. Yeah, I'm that kind of man. Of course you are. And women do it too. So just watch out for that. It's like hidden motives. Watch for the hidden motives. Also, what I'm getting from this is somebody may be putting too much emphasis on what something or what someone looks like. Like if you are the type of person and you have a certain type of man, uh, a prototype, you know, and using he has to be this height, and I like him. I like him dark skin, I like light skin, or I like him with curly hair, or I like a man who, Hispanic man. All of that is vanity, because the energy is really what you like. And the person that you're seeing right there in front of you, that energy within them has been in all different types of bodies over the course of their Akashic, basically over the course of their spiritual journey. All we are spirits on a journey to self-actualization. So the person that you think, I want this guy because, his skin tone looks so good, and he got a full hairline, and he looks so good with his beard, his teeth so straight. Well, in his past life, he was a beggar who didn't have but 6 teeth in his mouth at the time that he died. You know what I'm saying? But it's not even the look that you fell in love with. You fell in love with that spirit, with that soul. That's who you really like. So it's something about, and yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy, but shit get deep. We passed the point of we in the age of Aquarius. Everything motherfucking strange. She's strange, and I like it. That song is coming up, Cameo. Just the way she is. Like, that's more of the energy to embody. Like, actively calling in souls that align with yours. And that's both romantic and platonic and familial. If you don't have a close relationship with your family, there may be kinfolk out there that you don't know of yet. Call in that relationship and watch how you speak about certain things. If you speak out that, like if you speak based on just what it is you see, and this is just another facet of vanity. If you speak only on what it is that you're currently seeing, you're blocking off your energy to all that could be. Like if you keep walking around, the dating pool is a cesspool, or it ain't no good men out here, it ain't no good women. Well, I mean, the universe can't do nothing but back you up. All of creation is always conspiring to give you what it is that you are asserting. If you are the center point of your universe, and yes, the sun do revolve around me. The sun rises and sets on my ass. was that? Oh, loving basketball. If you think the sun still rises and sets on your ass, yes, sir, I do. But there is an arrogant way of thinking like that, and then there is a godly way of thinking about that, knowing that your enlightened, awakened, healed, and balanced solar plexus chakra is essentially the sun of your interior space, as above, so below. The space within your body, the solar plexus is the sun within your interior space. So whatever it is that you keep telling yourself, you are willing that. That's what you are growing. Just like the sun grows everything, in our solar system. What you have right there in that solar plexus, that's what you are growing inside of you, and also cultivating outside of you. That's what's going to be projected. That's what's going to be attracted to you, into your experience. So don't be so put off by what you immediately see in front of you. In the third eye position, we have the Son of Baskets, or like the Page of Cups in a traditional tarot, but the Son of Baskets. With this deck, what I love about this deck is that it is family oriented. You have son and daughter instead of page and knight. So there's like a closer familial ancestral feel about it. And with that sun energy, I'm getting like, the sun usually be it, let's just call it what it is. The sons are usually the more cherished. And when a son is curious about something, he gets more support in going out, and like little boys, they're encouraged to go and play and explore and be rough and sow wild oats and stuff like that. I'm not trying to make this about like a gender war type thing. I'm not even bringing up nothing about daughter, because there's just no daughters here in this spread. So we're going to bask in that energy that you are currently, your third eye is being graced with that Son of Baskets energy. You are encouraged to visualize in spirit, not just go off of what you see with these two eyes right here, because these deceive us all the time. And also, don't declare something, the judgment in the throat chakra position. Don't declare something like it's just the end all be all. Oh, this dating pool ain't shit. It ain't no good women out here. I gotta go to a whole nother country to find a good woman. Okay, well, get ready to spend a whole lot of money. And the airports and shit might be shut down within the next couple weeks. So you making shit harder on yourself with this like judgmental, you having these declaratory statements about the state of the dating scene, or about the state of relationships, or marriage ain't even what it is no more. It ain't even worth it to get married no more. I mean, well, that's what you telling. That's how you programming your universe. That don't make it true for nobody else. It's given that somebody has to really have a change of heart with the Wheel of Fortune in the heart chakra position. It's like right now, if you find yourself keep dealing with the same type of people, and yes, if you keep declaring that, it will keep being true. Like this spiritual journey is really a journey of self-empowerment. And if you're just going to keep playing victim, then you're going to keep running into the same people cyclically over and over and over and over. And just when you think you found somebody good, it go downhill again and again and again. You have to make a change at some point and start to shift what you're saying, shift how you're presenting yourself, shift what you're telling another. Is like on both sides. On the good side, yeah, you want to put yourself out there, but still have some sense. Judgment is like higher discernment, balanced discernment. You still want to make sure, okay, I'm gonna put myself out there, I'm gonna give it a chance, but I'm not gonna go out there just telling people what they want to hear so that they can deceive me. That takes us back to what I was saying at the beginning of the reading. When people they asking you them questions in the dating phase. Oh, what do you like to do? Oh yeah, me too. I like to do that too. That's where you can use that judgment. That's where you can call bullshit. And just be like, well, no, aside from that, what else do you like to do? If somebody just want to go, oh yeah, me too, I like that too. Well, what hobbies do you have that you think maybe I wouldn't be interested in? Like now that you know the things that I like to do, tell me something that you like to do that you probably don't think is compatible. Like really get deep with it. When you go into judgment associated with like somebody with a higher moral compass. Not saying you better than somebody, but you just know how to think more critically. You have to think critically to arrive at judgment. So ask deeper questions. And that ain't gonna do nothing but show you right there. Is this person good at conversing? Or is this just somebody like looking for an opportunity? Because with that vanity card up here, somebody is definitely in your midst looking for an opportunity. And they gonna use whatever you tell them as that opportunity. Sometimes they'll use stuff you didn't even tell them. They'll go scrolling on your social media, which is just another way to get a higher perspective of someone without actually going to them. That's a way to arrive at a judgment about a person, especially these days, because the Son of Baskets also has like a kind of slightly immature way about himself. So that energy with the Son of Baskets plus the judgment is that somebody could be just going off your social media, or somebody watching your social media acting like they know you, sitting back like trying to create a narrative in their mind about who you are and don't even know you. This is also a nod at people these days, like, on the dating scene and stuff, where they'll take one look at your aesthetic. Let's say you wear like wigs and stuff like that. They'll automatically think, oh, she one of them girls that she must ain't got no hair up underneath it, or she real vain and stuff like that. Whole time you just trying to protect your real hair. You got a head full of thick ass long hair up underneath there, but you also don't have time to be doing that thick ass long hair every day, all day. So you braid that shit down Cleo style and keep you a wig on. But vanity wouldn't tell you that. You can't just judge a book by its cover. It's something about somebody judging a book by its cover. Also, I'm getting from this, somebody could be having like, my heart. Elizabeth, I'm coming to you. Like, somebody's heart could be hurting. Basically, they sick because somebody is realizing like they didn't give you enough time to show you the complete, essence of who you are. They made a judgment about you too quickly. Way too quickly. Wheel of Fortune, judgment, Son of Baskets. It's like they thought that whatever experiences they had in their life was basically what they were coming into again, and they judged you off of that. And it's like now that they see that they made a judgment too quick, only after they made that foolish judgment did they come to arrive at the conclusion that you actually are somebody they could have aligned with. In that solar plexus position, the light within you is like at some point somebody's light bulb went off. Maybe after they got finished, whatever y'all had going on, they ran into some more people who actually were what they thought you were. Whatever they projected onto you, they finally, like, because they went so hard in projecting onto you, the universe started actually showing them what they had projected. And it's like, oh no, that wasn't, like, if somebody thought you was a gold digger just because you had like higher standards, or you were talking about, big things you wanted to do with your life. His past experiences or her past experiences may have put them like on guard towards you, as if you were trying to like dry beg, basically. Like, you just talking about what you want to do with your life, you just being ambitious. Son of Baskets, you just having like a wild imagination, a big imagination, and having higher standards for yourself. Somebody took it as you was dry begging just because you was talking about it. Like, it really be people out here who be so full of themselves and also so guarded in their heart and stuck in karmic loops in their heart that you can't even be the fullness of yourself around them, or they'll take personal offense to it, or they'll think that you're trying to do something to them. It's another energy that's coming through right now. Like, somebody, let's say it was a girl who was so, because I'm looking at this yellow dress on her, you were just so vibrant and youthful and sweet and loving and open. And I'm seeing like pinky promises, like a grown woman who still do you pinky promise. Like, you have like a really youthful, like kind of childlike heart. Leo energy could be Aquarius too, since that's the sister sign. Could be Gemini, Sagittarius, but you have like a Cancer is also here too. You have like a childlike heart, very sweet, innocent energy, and somebody was looking at that, thinking that you were acting, was looking at you just being yourself, and because they weren't used to it, they judged you off what they were used to, and it was like, oh, this is just the act. They just trying to like train me so that I can think that I need to take care of her. She trying to play like young and stuff like that so that I can get into the routine of taking care of her. Like, somebody's mind is really warped off of these karmic cycles that they keep putting themselves into because they're vain underneath it all. I'm getting like a know-it-all energy. And again, that could be where that Gemini Sagittarius comes in at. or the Aquarius Leo energy. Any of those energies that I said before could also be like a know-it-all energy on the other side. And then the Wheel of Fortune is often associated with fixed signs. So that is Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. We're at the Taurus full moon, so heavy on that. But something about the cycles, because the moon cycles, there two of these cards, major arcana, are back to back with the moon cycles. So it's like some time has passed by. I don't know if it's been a month or if it's been a month of Sundays. However, what is it, a month of Sundays? 30 Sundays. So a little bit over half a year. Or it could be years. But at some point, like some time has passed by. Concept of time, right? And with time passing by, whatever projections that they were putting onto you, the universe has delivered to them. Like, okay, you put this title or this judgment on somebody who that wasn't really the energy that they were showing up with. So now I'm going to show you what it is that you were actually calling in with your throat chakra. That judgment that you were casting out on somebody. And I don't just mean, when I say like judgment they were putting on somebody, I don't mean that somebody just like made a decision and was like, well, I ain't gonna mess with that. I mean, whoever this person is who gets stuck in karmic loops, like they have that kind of immaturity, again, son of baskets, about them, where if they see something, they just run with it. And when I say run with it, this person went to telling their friends, went to, I don't know if you from a small town or something like that, but it was something about the way they juxtaposed themselves with you. Like you have this sweet innocent energy that you were showing them, or you showed them that you have like big dreams and you want a lot for your life, and instead of accepting that, it was like, first, I reject that. Second, that's a lie. Third, I'm gonna go tell people, look at what kind of person this is. Like they want to act like they oh so innocent and sweet, but they really ain't innocent and sweet. Let me tell you who they really are. Like somebody was really trying to like uplift themselves, all because they rejected who you really are. Weirdo. Only for time to pass by and for them to realize that you really were in alignment with everything that they wanted. But it's something about like, because in the sacral chakra, while I was doing the spread, 4 cards came out in this one position. That hasn't happened before. Just yesterday, we had 2 cards in the crown position. And that was a new thing. So now we starting to get a whole bunch of these other cards coming through. So that means a lot of energy is being like revealed at this time, or exposed. Full moon energy. So more information is coming out. But at the top of this, and with 4 cards, it's like this is just a plane that somebody lives on. This something somebody got to sit in. Like you made this bed, you got to lay in it. And somebody made them a cardboard box bed, a cardboard bed on a concrete floor. I don't know if they done, they were so adverse to you having big dreams and they so worried about somebody being a gold digger. Maybe this person has actively manifested poverty for themselves or homelessness or some shit like that. But the bed is on the floor and it's where they got to stay. And from pillar to post, the supporting foundation of this whole bed that they made for themselves is the 9 of Knives. A whole bunch of paranoia, a whole bunch of just unnecessary strife and fighting and stress and mental unwellness, because I'm careful about that mental illness. A lot of the things they call mental illness be spiritual disease. Your spirit is at dis-ease and you ain't doing no work to solve it. You ain't doing no soul awakening. So your spirit is like discontent within your vessel, and you feel that discontent. But because you don't know yourself, you express that discontent off into another person. 9 of Knives, the person's world upside down. Like after some time has passed, maybe they looked at your social media after some years and it was like, oh my God, like this is the person I rejected. But look at these, birds that I've been attracting. So this whole time you keep talking about the dating pool ain't shit, these women ain't shit, these men ain't shit. You had the one that would have been directly right there, God's gift, right in front of you, perfect alignment of everything you claim you wanted. But because you really hadn't done the work within yourself, you rejected it, only for time to pass and you realize how immature you were. And now it's like feeling stupid. The world turned upside down because it's like, I know I'm not going to come across that again. How I was talking about in the beginning, like you can be attracted to somebody, but it's really their soul or their spirit that you're attracted to. And I made an example about who somebody could have been in a past life, which ironically, before I knew that we was gonna even get this far, the whole cardboard box thing, and I'm talking about in the past life, somebody had 6 teeth and was a beggar. So I don't know, some you calling incorrect judgment on somebody, calling in a destiny that was never meant for them, so you the one that got to eat it. Hey, physics is a beautiful thing. It could also be scary if you tend to be on the harsh side of things. If you're an imbalanced person and you going out here being imbalanced toward other people, you fucking, when you get in that spirit realm, shit get deep for real. All that shit deep, really, all of it deep. But 9 of knives first. Underneath the 9 of knives is the 2 of knives. So it's like all of this paranoia about some shit you could have just asked. Instead of being so quick to, make a judgment, you could have just asked questions. And whoever this person was, they may have been asking questions, but they was asking the wrong type of questions. They were asking the type of questions that an opportunist asks. Yeah, what kind of job you got? So I can see how much money you make, so I can know that you ain't no gold digger. Yeah, what you like to do? Because if your hobbies sound too crazy, if you talk about you like going by the water and you like the beach and you like being on yachts, oh, that mean you a hoe. That mean you like to show your body off. That mean you be like dealing with people that got a lot of money, so you must be a gold digger. Like people really think like that. Like it's a lot of spiritual dis-ease out here in this world. So glad that they ass being ushered off into a different realm. We talk about stuff like that a lot on my other channel, 828 Prophecies. That's where it really get deep. Over here, I just try to, confine it to like love matters, romance, and relationships and stuff like that, so that we can get people out of that karmic loop, a death portal. You keeping yourself in a low vibration to the point where the universe can't do nothing but keep delivering you bullshit because you a bullshitter who ain't did no spiritual work. I'm not talking directly to you. I'm talking about the cross watchers or whoever it is you got on your mind who mistreated you like this because they could not find the goodness within themselves. So they was just like, no, that you can't be a good person. You can't be a sweet girl. Oh, you can't be a good man. Yeah, I know you a cheater. People be weird. But whoever this person is, like I said, like after time has passed, they're seeing that they were doing too much with little information. Like there was nothing to support any of these judgments that they were putting off on you. 9 of coins, 10 of wands. Quite the contrary. Over time, it has been shown that everything that they were trying to like uplift themselves up and make it seem like you were such a bad person just because they weren't ready to get out of that karmic loop, because they really weren't good enough for you. And maybe that was the spiritual dis-ease within a person, knowing that they don't deserve you. You ain't did enough work for this person that you so-called claiming ain't good enough for you. So you just gonna hurry up and pass judgment on them because you know you ain't shit. You ain't did half the work that they've done. It's something about you. A person knew that you were a good person, because if they're seeing that you have this, young spirit, any stable-minded person, if you see somebody and they're like, oh, she got a sweet spirit, with the same mind that you was like, oh, she just doing that trying to get me to take care of her, that same mind also was like, but what if? But what if? And that's what's weighing heavily on them right now. Because again, it's not even just the time that's passed. It's something about the time that's passed has allowed them to see like what it looks like when you really do manifest a gold digger. What it looked like when you really do have somebody around you who ain't a good person, who only look good on paper. But now they looking back, reviewing themselves. We right here in this pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. So all of these thoughts and memories are coming back. How you was always taking care of shit yourself. You was always a hard worker. You were already doing everything that you should have been doing that would have made you like the perfect person to be in alignment with them. You were already doing that. What this person did was just allow their own insecurities, allow this. I'm talking about somebody scary as hell. Whoever this person is, they really a coward at heart, if we can be honest. When you see people who just be like real vain like that and they don't even gather enough information and they just go with whatever decision pop up in their head like that, that's a coward. They scared to feel pain. They scared to go through anything. They're a coward and they lazy. Whoever this person is a coward and they lazy. When I get that Four of Wands in this deck, it's like these are both very strong people, but somebody is obviously doing more heavy lifting. Although the heavy lifting is keeping him centered and balanced, he's still doing the bulk of the heavy lifting, but that's okay because that's what masculines like to do. In this situation, this somebody who's so worried about having to take care of another person, probably because that poverty following your ass from your last life, Mr. Cardboard Box on the sidewalk. It's something about this person being so afraid of like not being a caretaker or not seen as a wealthy person or not seen in a positive light. And that's what caused them to have such a knee-jerk adverse reaction to your true essence. It's like you just being yourself with this person and you already have like a high vibration, a high frequency about you. And it's some type of like fear of failure, fear of poverty, fear of hard times. Um, it's a really bad lack mentality that this person had, and seeing your energy being so high vibrational, it's like ain't no way everybody, ain't no way somebody is that happy in life, ain't no way somebody still got that imagination. You a grown woman, how you still got imagination? How you talking about luxury hotels and penthouse suites and stuff like that? What you do for a job? Like somebody was really in that energy of like, I'm talking about causing a spectacle of themselves. Spiritual disease, something that ain't got shit to do with you. I seen a video where it was a baby, a newborn baby. Like the mama was like literally still in the maternity ward holding the newborn baby. And it's like something just hopped in the baby and the baby just sat up like jerked. A newborn baby, they don't sit up on their own, but the baby's body like jerked up and it was like ah, and just started crying. And I'm like, that looked to me like a past soul like moved into a new body. It was a delayed reaction or something, because babies, they just come here as spirits. Not all of them, some come as awakened souls, but most babies just be spirits until they get old enough and you see their moment where consciousness hits them, where they start realizing, oh, I have hands and I can do shit. Like a lot of parents enjoy that moment where you can see your child realizing their consciousness. Somebody been so fucking delayed in their spiritual journey because of vanity that they just hit their consciousness as an adult. And everybody on their own timeline, but just because you don't achieve consciousness, that don't mean you just be motherfucking weird like this. This is a person who before they got on their spiritual journey was like a vain weirdo. And unfortunately, you had the displeasure of coming across this spiritually unwell, mentally unwell, spiritually diseased person. But that was a lesson for your journey too. Because at that time, it may have been something about this person. Maybe they just looked good. Maybe you like their tattoos. Maybe you like the way their clothes fit. Maybe you like the way they dress. Maybe you like their style. Maybe you like the people that they hung around. You felt like it was a good match. I just heard it's a good look. Somebody thought that this connection would be a good look. Like if you were still looking, for kind of like couple goals, if you were in that stage of life where you were like kind of looking for the couple goals, that young-minded mentality can go both ways. They were definitely the bigger idiot, for sure. Head all in the sand, all up their own ass. But it went both ways. Six of Coins. It's rooted in, this whole reading is rooted in Six of Coins. So it's like both people were looking for something. Vanity. And maybe you were looking for, a real relationship. But if you hadn't done the work within yourself to be calling in, you know what I'm saying? Like a solid marriage, committed relationship, then you will call in a situation where you needed to see what it looks like when you're imbalanced within yourself and how that plays out outside of you. If anything within you was imbalanced and unawakened, this is the type of relationship that would have woken it up, because I'm seeing that somebody, whoever this person was, who was just completely out in left field, Like, how do you even see that? Like, where did you even get that from? Like, some of the conclusions they came to, it really don't make no sense. The only person it made sense to was their triggered, unhealed, heavy self. Their unhealed self, their shadow self is the only one who made any type of sense of this. The one who had its head in the dark, head in the past. So somebody's either stuck in the past, they stayed in the past, a dark figure. Um, that's just like at the beginning of the reading, I was talking about how you can't always go off what something look like. Your eyes will deceive you all the time. Like, this person's eyes deceive them because their mental is stuck somewhere in the past where they had some type of trauma involving like not having, or their needs not being met. Somewhere along the way their needs were not met, so they still have that neediness in the Six of Coins. So it's something about the root chakra. They have roots of I can't say whether or not they have had roots put on them, but it's something about their root chakra that is damaged. Like, they don't feel secure, they don't feel safe in their own body, or they're not comfortable in their own body. It could be something about their looks that they don't like. They're not happy with the side of town they live on. They're not happy with their station in life, their salary. Something about a person's foundation, they're not pleased with it. And because they're not pleased with the own ground that they were standing on, you up here talking about some shit, in the clouds. It ain't nothing wrong with daydreaming. But if this person ain't even happy with the ground they standing on, and you talking about something in the clouds, they feeling personally hit by your ambition. They feel like you personally was trying to attack them or make them out to be some type of simp just because you have big dreams. Just because you have high standards for yourself. It felt like a personal attack on this person's foundation because their foundation was a cardboard box on the sidewalk. I don't know if it's because they were poor, literally in their Akashic. They have like impoverished life. Maybe they were in a third world country somewhere in a past life, or literally when they were young, they just, family didn't have enough. Daddy ran out on mama, mama ran out on daddy. Didn't have food in the fridge type shit. But somebody was so threatened that they turned around and went to making it seem like you were doing something to them. It went so much further beyond just, oh, well, we're not compatible, because they knew deep down that y'all were compatible in the whatever smidgen of good person that was still within them, which would have been what attracted you to them in the first place. But this is like going from initial attraction to boom. And I don't know what this person expected out of you. I don't know what they were, if they wanted you to just, crawl and be at their every beck and call and appease them and stroke their ego and make them feel like the man, even though obviously it was some financial issues or some stability issues that were, at play, and vice versa for a woman. But yeah, they just completely out of alignment. Whoever this person is, like, they're, first off, they talk too much. Again, that Gemini energy, and they've done too much talking about you. So now, even if they see that you finally are the person that is right for them, they can't even come and approach you now because of all the shit they've said and done, either about you or said to you in one of their, insecurity spirals. It's all bad. I would just leave this all alone. I'm just glad this energy came out so that you can understand the mechanics of how some shit like this could even go down. But I'm going to go ahead and reverse back up out of this energy, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.